Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Dr. Michael Shea has been teaching in Kiental for many years. He's actually the founder of our biodynamic Craniosacral School, which is one of the most profound trainings that can be visited at this time and in this country. Lately, Michael has been teaching a particular line of work which he calls biodynamic cardiovascular therapy. I'm interested to hear, Michael, how do you see this particular work can support people, therapists and clients, in this crazy, weird world that we're all living in now?
Well, thank you, Mario. And I'm very happy to be here and very glad to be back. I think coming up on over 20 years I've been here on and off, so I'm very grateful to be here and grateful for what you've created. The dilemma of the contemporary client is what I call it, and I think the application of this work, craniosacral therapy, and the biodynamic method of craniosacral therapy is now moving towards the work on the cardiovascular system. So it started with the work on the nervous system, began to include work on what is called the fluid body, and now we're kind of coming full circle into the original work that Andrew Taylor still taught in the middle of the 1800s, and that is touching and making contact with the arteries and the blood and the heart of the client. So why is this making a return right now? And that is, the contemporary client is what I call a metabolic client. And the research is now showing that the majority of people worldwide, all the way around this globe from the United States to China, have what are called metabolic syndromes. Metabolic syndromes are a little bit complicated to talk about in such a short time right now. But what I can say is that the bottom line is that the majority of people are suffering from what are called complex inflammatory conditions. And these inflammatory conditions are caused not only by stress and the craziness of the world that we live in right now and the fear that's induced by all the different media streams and so forth that are happening, but also by the food we eat and the air we breathe that are causing the intestines and the arteries and the various organ systems of the body to become inflamed. And once these organ systems and once the arteries become inflamed, you get into these very complex metabolic conditions. Everything from diabetes to heart conditions, it's so complicated. So what we do with this work is we simply apply it to the cardiovascular system. We make contact with the major arteries of the body, especially around the neck, the head, the face, and we try to change the tone and the pressure in the arteries so that the immune system can downregulate and so that we can really connect more deeply with the contemporary client. And this is what the contemporary client is basically saying, how deeply they feel touched when the cardiovascular system is contacted with them. So we're using the same principles, primary respiration, the long tide, stillness, and so forth, and we use our hands to make contact with the arteries all over the body in order to really regulate this system and to really help the client in a more compassionate and in a more embodied way. Thank you.